Hello and welcome to the United Forum. This is the latest Manchester United news, transfer news, uh, updates, and your opportunity to voice your opinion out for the very first time in Sri Lanka. We're live tonight at 10 p.m. In fact, there is no pre-match press conference today because it is the international break. Manchester United won't be playing another game for about another 17 to 18 days. United have been knocked out of the Champions League game, and man, what a game that was. Atletico Madrid beating Manchester United to 1. In fact, 1-0 at Old Trafford, the theatre of dreams where dreams do come true. And man, what a game that was. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about that. United have progressed to the round of 16 as well. All important quarter-final come for United as well. One of the best times you could be a Manchester United fans at the moment as well. To be honest, it really gives me pride to be calling myself a Manchester United fan at the moment. It's such a shame, to be honest. West Ham United, who are sixth in the Premier League, beat Sevilla in the Europa League, who is second in the La Liga, and progress to the quarter-final of Europa League, whereas Manchester United, the so-called top four contenders, the so-called team which was supposed to challenge for the title this season, were defeated by Atletico Madrid, who were called the Spanish Burnley before they faced them in the Champions League knockout stages, have been knocked out of the UEFA Champions League once again, and United once again have failed to get through the round of 16. It is a shame. The club is horrible. It's in shambles right at the moment. In order to get things right, like you read the caption, you have to get them out now. The Glazers have to get out of this club right now. We all know where the problems are. The problems are within that squad. The bunch of players over there as well, the nursery kids. Example, Marcus Rashford, who is not willing to give his fullest to Manchester United. I'm not quite sure what is actually going on with him. Plenty of leaks on Marcus Rashford as well. A few scenes that did go on after the match as well. A huge scenario, a few essays. I think, the Manchester United players, you talk about these pre-match press conferences, the journalists not coming out to the manager and not asking the best of questions from the manager as well. You know what should happen? These journalists should be playing for Manchester United, and the players at Manchester United should be doing journalism, because these guys, their social media accounts, write huge paragraphs on their captions which are better than the journalism that is being done at Manchester United. To be honest, these journalists at Manchester United should be playing for Manchester United, and these players in that squad who call themselves Manchester United players should switch to journalism, because the grammar, the number of words, everything is just up to perfection when you consider journalism. uh, Honestly, it's a disgrace to be calling these players Manchester United players. These players should be ashamed of themselves to be calling themselves Manchester United players. The club at the moment is an utter disgrace, nothing but a disgrace as well. And like you read the caption, like you read the thumbnail as well, in order to get this club straight, in order to get things right at the club, you have to keep the owners out, because we all do know that the problem at Manchester United at the moment are the Glazers. Now, interestingly, very interestingly, Gary Neville decided that he should do something about this, and someone really gave a knock onto his head, and he realized the problem at Manchester United is the Glazers, and decided to come out and speak on this. Now, Gary Neville did come out yesterday, if I'm not wrong, and did have a go at the Glazers. And what he actually did say, now I'll give you a small quote on what he did say. Now, what Gary Neville says is there's big problems in this club. The owners, to be honest with you, are not good enough. The owners need to sell the club. I've said it all season. They've let the ground disintegrate. They've let the training ground disintegrate, is what Gary Neville says. So basically, he hits out at the ownership claiming Manchester United are a second-class club. Leave aside second class. These guys, Manchester United currently, right now, are a third class club, to be honest. The way we are run, the way we go up for money, the way we go up behind sponsorship deals, t-shirt sales, and all that shows where this club is, where this club actually is, what their focus is, and what their focus should be on. And it's a shame, the fact that these owners, these pundits, in fact, take so much time to come out and speak on this is a shame, because these are the people who could actually make an impact. These are the people who could actually get these people out of the club. And for them to be taken so long after all these years and to be addressing this problem right now is, I think, too late. And you definitely won't see the Glazers going just because Gary Neville comes out and says this. And it's a shame, to be honest. I really have no words. Uh, I really don't want to call myself a Manchester United fan right now. You talk about having Manchester United in your blood, supporting them throughout the hard times, throughout hardships, backing the players. Like, for how much longer are we going to tolerate this? Because we are human after all, and Manchester United, the club, is definitely going to outlive us. And as long as we live, and while we live, we want to see our club succeed. And are we ever going to see that? Because you talk about supporting the club for hardship. It's not just about supporting the club through hardship. When there are things going wrong in the club, you've got to get them right. That is what an actual fan does. Not just sit there, watch the wrong people handle the club, and then come out and say, you've got to support the club through hardship. Mate, you see something going wrong in the club, you've got to address on it. You've got to call out on it and make sure things are set right at the club. Because like I told you, this club is going to outlive us, and we want to see the clubs succeed before we leave this place. And that is basically the problem. This problem is simple. People exaggerate a lot. They talk about the manager, the tactics, the players, this, that. I'll tell you what, the root cause of all problems is the owners, the Glazers. It's as simple as that. You get these people out of this club gradually. You talk about the tactics, they'll get right. You talk about the managers, the right manager will be there. Talk about the players, the right players will be there. You need proper infrastructure in the ground. You want the ground to be renovated, that'll come. Everything you need gradually will be set right if you get the right people handling the club. The thing is, what we did wrong started with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We definitely knew that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should have been sacked way much more earlier. And I'm not saying that the problem started here. The problem started way before this, but I'm just giving you an example. If we had the right owners, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer would have been sacked. In fact, my apologies, they're sacked way longer than way before than when he was sacked during that international break. And if we had competent owners, definitely we would have gone for someone like Antonio Conte. And you definitely know that a manager like Antonio Conte would do miracles with this Manchester United squad. No, we did not. We stuck on to Solskjaer, we went on, and then got him sacked once we got thrashed by Watford. We waited until we get thrashed by Watford to be humiliated by them, a relegation side 4-0, and then we sack him, and then we decided to get an interim coach. And we clearly know why we got Ralph Rangnick as the interim coach is because Manchester United want just another puppet and not someone like an Antonio Conte who will expose the board. So we went for Rangnick. We deceived him. We told him that we will give him a consultant role after the 6 months as an interim manager, which I definitely think might not happen. It is a 50-50. I definitely don't think he is not assured. I definitely think, in fact, he is not assured to be a consultant. You never know what will happen. The deceived Rangnick got him. He is exposing the Glazers right now. He is exposing the problems at the club. So they definitely would want to get Rangnick out of the club. And what they want to do was what they wanted to do earlier, get Pochettino. They won't go for Erik ten Hag because they know most of the fans need Erik ten Hag. And in order to get Erik ten Hag succeeding at the club, they have to back him up. You get Pochettino, he acts puppet to you. you get to do what you want once again. And that's definitely the plan of the Glazers, and that's definitely what they want. Solskjaer played puppet, Moyes played puppet. Each and every manager apart from Jose Mourinho, who did manage Manchester United till date, have played puppet to the Glazers, and that is why they don't want another manager like an Antonio Conte. They don't want a manager like Zidane. They won't. They won't. They definitely won't go for another manager like Nagelsmann, because they know that these managers will come to Manchester United and expose these retards. I really can't use my words here. It's a shame Gary Neville's come out. He's spoken out on that as well. And the latest update for you from the Glazers, if it is going to make you happy, the Glazers did visit to Dubai, and Neville had a go on this as well. They have been to Dubai and they've spoken to some sheikh, and it's vice versa. Either the sheikh spoke to them, they spoke to the sheikh. Anyway, they had a meeting with the sheikh, and it was about improving something in regards to sports at the UAE. And the Glazers need a Manchester United cricket team, mind you, a Manchester United cricket team to get that started as well. This clearly shows you where their focus is. Their focus is not in the club, their focus is not about winning trophies, their focus is on bringing money to themselves and making money out of this. It's a shame that you know what actually should happen is, the protest that happened during the Super League, and when the Super League happened, when United went in for the Super League, the protests that happened, these protests have to be going. These protests have to be consistent. The thing with our fans are they are too loyal to the club, and they are reluctant to keep these protests going. They are reluctant to make these protests consistent. You have to have consistent protests like you've had, huge ones. Destroy everything you've got to destroy of the Glazers. Anything you've got to do, and get these puppets, get these, in fact not puppets, get these clowns who are running a circus at Manchester United out of this club, if you want to see the club you love succeed, because that is the only way we could see Manchester United succeed, because no one but the fans can get these owners out of the club. Clearly, their intentions are to make money. They want a cricket team. Why they want a cricket team is not because they know about cricket. They definitely don't know about cricket. They definitely don't love the game. It's just because they want to make money. Why they bought Manchester United is not because they love football. It's not because they love trophies. It's not because they wanted to bring back the glory days for Manchester United. It's because they knew that it was a money laundry, because they knew it was a lottery ticket for them to get money into their pockets. And that is definitely what they are doing with the people with the people they need running that club. And if we are to get things straight, if we want Manchester United back, you talk about history FC, this FC, that FC, you want United back, get these clowns of owners who are running a circus at Manchester United out of this club immediately. And the only people who can do that is not the Gary Nevilles, it's not the Paul Scholes, it's not the Rio Ferdinands, it's the fans who can get these clubs out. The Glazers promise that they'll talk to the fans, they'll change the ownership, they'll change the structure of the ownership, giving 50 or 50 plus 1% or somewhat to the fans, and considering the decisions and taken by the fans as well, and come together at one decision and help the club grow. And that just doesn't seem to be happening as well, because the last time I saw the Glazers talk was I don't know when. And it's really embarrassing to call myself a Manchester United fan at the moment. The UCL draw happened tonight. United fans were supposed to be watching it. United was supposed to be in that draw. But due to the problems at Manchester United at the moment, we are not. We were eliminated. A poor display of football. None of those players out there really played for Manchester United. None of those players out there really played for that crest. I'll tell you what. Players like Rafael Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Bruno Fernandes, definitely, apart from Bruno Fernandes, because he really wanted to come to the Premier League and make that mark, definitely play like Rafael Varane and Cristiano Ronaldo are regretting their moves to Manchester United. If Rafael Varane remained at Real Madrid right now, he is in UCL quarter-final, and Madrid are really attracting good players like the Mbappes, the Haalands, the Chouamenis. Well, Chouameni's deal seems to be done as well, and they seem to be going back on track and going back to the old Madrid we knew from where they dropped off. Barcelona seem to be getting back in 6 months as well. They were in a mud, they were in a hole, a deep, deep hole, with no light, seeing no way out as well. Xavi comes in, really turns things around, and they finally, within 6 months, they seem to be getting back as well. And I definitely think real Rafael Varane in his head right now is really regretting this move to Manchester United. Cristiano Ronaldo is really regretting his move to Manchester United. He should have remained at Juventus, to be honest. It would have been better. I know Juventus are not at a very good place right now, but definitely a better place for you to be at Manchester United. They definitely have more ambition than Manchester United, which is a shame to be telling as well. And if the season just go on like this, you talk about top four, I definitely think Cristiano Ronaldo won't remain at Manchester United. Yes, we know that he has signed a 2-year deal, but Cristiano Ronaldo is Cristiano Ronaldo. You don't have Champions League football. I definitely think he'll leave the club. It'll be just another Juventus situation where there were rumors saying he'll leave the club, he'll stay at the club, he'll stay at the club, he'll leave the club, and finally it came on to the summer and he decided to leave. And right now you see that happening already. You see rumors saying that he'll stay, rumors he'll leave. And I think if you don't get Champions League football, he'll think about that move once again once his season is over. And if he gets that right move, I think he'll leave. Maybe even to a Manchester City right now, he really won't care. I think where he goes to. I think what he really thinks about right now is himself, because he is a winner, he is a champion, and a good place for him to be would be Manchester City, to be honest. And I really do think if Cristiano Ronaldo did make that move to Manchester City, he would be their leading goal scorer, because if you are playing for Manchester City, all you've got to do is hover around that box. The ball is going to be coming to your feet, and all you've got to do is put that ball at the back of the net, which he definitely can do. Apart from that, frustration on the Glazers, we definitely know that they need to go out. I'll leave that there now, and you can have your opinions on that as well. So do share your opinion on that on the live chat. Give in your questions, anything you've got United related on the live chat or comment section if you are not watching this live. And apart from that, we've got a few transfer news, a few news apart from that as well. Alejandro Garnacho has earned his first senior national call up to Manchester, in fact to Argentina. Now, if I'm not wrong, he is an under 19 player, so he's quite a talent and has been attracting a lot of attention considering Manchester United first team and the under 23s as well. And he did earn his first national call up to Argentina before he did earn his first call up to the senior team. Apart from that, Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford have not been called up to the England squad. Really, it's a shame. Rashford, I think, is the right decision made. He definitely needs a break. He definitely does not deserve that call up to the England squad, considering his present form. And the fact that Jadon Sancho has not been called up to the England squad is actually a joke, because Gareth Southgate seems to be picking Jack Grealish over Jadon Sancho. Clearly seems to be having an agenda with Sancho as well, because we saw earlier on how he did not call him up to the squad as well, did not give him enough chances. And I think this is the right time to call Jadon Sancho to the England squad as well. I think he is one of the best players considering form-wise at the moment. He is one of the players who is on top form considering the English players as well. And I definitely do think he could make a difference on that right flank in the England squad, and even maybe the left. It's a shame to be not seeing him in the England squad, but I definitely take it as a positive as well. Maybe he could take this opportunity as a rest. He's been playing games in and out for United, 90 minutes throughout as well. So I think this would be a healthy break for him, the likes of Rashford. And the funny thing is, Jadon Sancho is not being called up to the England squad, but Harry Maguire is being picked. So that's a real funny thing there. Not going to have my comments on that. Gareth Southgate is not the best of managers as well, and not a manager in my who I personally like. I really don't like him, and I really don't rate him. I really don't think he suits to manage a Premier League club as well, and I really don't think I'll see him. You'll see Gareth Southgate managing a Premier League club unless it is a Tottenham Hotspur, because we know. It's Spurs that makes crazy decisions like this. Mind you, I don't even think Newcastle would hire a manager like Gareth Southgate, because that's how not rated he is, you could say. And apart from that, a bit of transfer news coming up as well. And before I move on to the transfer news, an update on Paul Pogba, which you fans probably know already as well. Now, on the day we had the UCL game against Atletico at the Old Trafford, Paul Pogba's house was robbed by a few thieves while he had his children in there. And immediately after the game, Paul Pogba and his wife did go back to their house, and thankfully his children are safe. But the house was robbed, a few valuable things were taken away, and the disappointing thing in this was his 29th birthday. He did not start for Manchester United even after being fit. Lost the game at Old Trafford, a UCL knockout game once again against Atletico Madrid. 29th birthday, and he was also robbed while his children were sleeping at in his house, which is quite shame. And it's not the first time that a Manchester United player has been a victim of this. We've seen Victor Lindelof earlier on being robbed as well, and a few other Manchester United players earlier this season and towards the end of last season. Apart from that, we also got an update on Thomas Tuchel, who could possibly be a number one target for Manchester United as the next manager ahead of Eric Ten Hag and Mauricio Pochettino. Now, to give you updates on that, do give me a minute. Uh, So the latest on Tuchel is that now this is from Leon Twomey as well, taken from the United District. Tuchel has been clear with his players that he too is in the dark about the big uncertainty surrounding Chelsea's future. There is still a risk that circumstances could overtake him. Tuchel has plenty of admirers beyond Stamford Bridge. Those in the orbit of Manchester United Football Club are already talking up the merit of trying to exploit the situation and pitch Tuchel the prospect of a reunion with his former mentor Ralph Rangnick. Now, this would be a dream move for us Manchester United fans. I think we would all, most Manchester United fans, if not, would love to see Thomas Tuchel manage Manchester United, because we know that he is a proven winner. We saw what he did with Chelsea within 6 months as well, winning that Champions League, proven winner. And we would all love to see Thomas Tuchel, if not all. I personally and most Manchester United fans would personally love to see Thomas Tuchel at Manchester United. Now, the interesting thing is that Chelsea are under a very bad situation at the moment. If you are a Chelsea fan, if you are a United fan, you are currently enjoying the situation Chelsea are in right now. But the thing is, the fact that Roman Abramovich is sanctioned and the club is up for sale is a little bit of a concern for Chelsea. And now, like I did watch in a previous broadcast, the host there did say, if the situation at Chelsea right now is that if Chelsea get the right owners, now owners could be of different types. You could get a rich owner who makes the club grow, someone like a Abramovich whose intentions are to win trophies, or could get an owner like the Glazers at Manchester United. Now it all depends for Chelsea on the owners they get. Now, depending on the owners, you might see Thomas Tuchel moved on from Chelsea. You might also see Tuchel continue at Chelsea. So the situation with Tuchel actually remains with the ownership. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that the situation there. But if Chelsea really do move on from if Tuchel, I would actually love to see Tuchel here at United with Ralph Rangnick, his mentor. And I definitely think as soon as he comes, he would change this United side change that mentality and get these players to work under him, because he is a manager who could handle these egos, handle big players. We've seen it at PSG as well. The problem at PSG was the top board. In fact, once again, the owners and the others upstairs were not happy with him. In fact, were not happy with his demands, and that is why he did leave. It was not a problem with the likes of Mbappe, Di Maria, Neymar, the egos there. He did handle these players well, so we know that Tuchel is capable of handling the big players like the Rafael Varane, Bruno Fernandes, the Dahias, the Maguires. In fact, my mistake, the Maguire's a kid. He's in the under 18s, if I'm not wrong. Just a slight mistake there. In fact, the Paul Pogba's and Cristiano Ronaldo's. And I think getting a competent manager like Thomas Tuchel might make Pogba extend their contracts as well. But Pogba's agent did come out and say that it is time for Manchester United and Pogba to make a change, which is hinting out that Pogba is definitely leaving during the summer. In my opinion, regarding Thomas Tuchel, I really don't think he would leave Chelsea, because Chelsea are a huge club and a successful club, you could say. And I really think any owner who comes there won't sack Tuchel immediately, because you normally don't see that. The Newcastle story with Steve Bruce was quite different. It was a huge transformation for them. But considering Chelsea, this club is already a successful club, I think they would stick to Tuchel no matter who the owner is. I think they would stick to Tuchel at least until the end of the season, because it's only about 3 4 months more for this season to finish as well. So yeah, I really don't think the owners would go for a new manager right now. They would end the season with Tuchel, and if then they want to move on from Tuchel, they might. And I think that will really be too late for United to go for a new manager, because they should have confirmation on who the next manager would be before the end of the season, because the likes of teams, there are plenty of teams out there who are at knockout stages who might go for a new manager if they are knocked out of European football, which is and what I mean by that is current tournament. And they might go for the likes of Eric Ten Hag and some other manager who is a bottler, who I would not like to mention the name. And moving on from Tuchel, we've got a bit of an update on transfers, and the latest is Christopher Nkunku, who is a German player, if I'm not wrong. So let me just get you confirmation of that as well. Let's not make a mistake on that. He should be a German player. In fact, he is a French footballer. Yeah, my bad. He is a French footballer playing in the German league at the moment, in the Bundesliga, if I'm not wrong. Red Bull Leipzig. Let me just have a check on that as well. Yes, Bundesliga club Red Bull Leipzig. So yes, a French footballer playing in the German league, in fact, and the latest transfer link for Manchester United is him, and I think clearly shows that United are going for an attacking player, especially considering that right flank of Manchester United. I know we did go for Jadon Sancho. Sancho has moved on to the left. Now the thing with Nkunku is he has worked under Ralph Rangnick, and as long as Ralph Rangnick is in the club, we are going to see a lot of players who have been working under Ralph Rangnick being linked to Manchester United. And I'm not saying that Nkunku is just another rumor, but I would really think that a person like Ralph Rangnick would love to get Nkunku at United, because we know this is a player who can play a lot of roles, be it out wide on the right, out wide on the left, can play as a number 10, a striker, a false nine, a player who could switch on to a lot of positions and play a very interesting prospect, has uh, done really well. You could say tore it apart in Bundesliga, you could tear it apart in Bundesliga as well. He's done quite well there as well. He has made a mark. He has left a statement. This is say that's how good of an impact he has made at the Bundesliga. So can he transform that at the Premier League is the question. But I really don't think if he does come to United, he could be an interesting prospect here at United as well. It would be an interesting signing, a very creative player, a very player, a good player who is good quite physically as well. And I definitely think he would suit that right flank at United and would solve a lot of problems for us, considering the fact that he could play at many positions like a false nine, a striker, on the right, on the left, and also as a number 10. So you could really change him around and improvise on the players that are available. And definitely a player Manchester United should be looking for, definitely the kind of player United should be looking for. But this just shouldn't be under Rannick. It should be, even if Rannick is not at Manchester United, these are the type of players United should be looking for. Unfortunately, it's not like that because of the owners we have at United. We go for ready-made English players mostly, who have high profiles like the Harry Kanes, like what happened with Harry Maguire, and players like that. And we don't often go for talents like the Nkunkus and those players who do well at Germany, do well at Italy, do well at Spain. We don't often go for players like that. In fact, we United go for ready-made players who have already established themselves in the Premier League most often. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and hopefully, if Rangnick does remain, we get this transfer done. I think it would be one of the best transfers for United in that summer window coming up as well, considering the problems we have at United at the moment. And yeah, he could play off the left, like I told you, on the right center, and a deal would be interesting to see how much Leipzig would actually ask from us. We've seen plenty of good players come from there to the Premier League as well. The likes of Ibrahim Konate. We've seen the likes of Werner. Yes, Werner is kind of a flop, you could say, at Chelsea, but we definitely knew what kind of a player he was at Leipzig. Maybe it's just not the right place for Werner here at the Premier League. Maybe Chelsea is just not the right place for him. Maybe he would work at some other club in a different system quite well. And apart from that, we've seen the likes of Konate and a few other players as well who has come to the Premier League and done quite well. And I'm definitely sure a player of Nkunku's capabilities could do well at the Premier League and especially United. I would love to see a player like Nkunku come here to United. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. And apart from that, I've got you an update on Eric Ten Hag. Now, the interesting thing is the battle is between a certain manager and Eric Ten Hag. The fans want Ten Hag as the next United manager. Ralph Rangnick prefers Eric Ten Hag as the next manager. Now, most people at United also prefer, not I wouldn't say Manchester United, but as fans, most fans also prefer Ten Hag as the next manager at United. The interesting thing is, we know who our owners are, we know who runs our club. They would want another puppet. Now, the fact that we have been eliminated out of the Champions League, you're going to see plenty and plenty of leaks. You're going to see plenty of links to fan favorites as well, the likes of Ten Hag, the Nkunkus, the Haalands. You might see links to Mbappe. You might see, Manchester United linked to all the legendary players, the Lewandowskis, the Thomas Mullers, just to get the fans settled. Because United now know that they have been eliminated out of the Champions League. Top four seems to be a doubt, and they've got to settle the fans right now because they're all furious at the club. So in order to give them a bit of attention as well on other things, to distract them from the actual situation, the actual thing that is happening at United. You might see United linked to, the Haalands, the Mbappes, the Nkunkus, the Ten Hags, the Tuchels, and the fact that Ronaldo is not leaving, he is going to be at United, and plenty of other things as well. The Thomas Mullers, the Lewandowskis, the Manuel Neuers, and whoever you want to be. Now, that is actually the PR spin that you are going to see within the next few weeks until United play the next game. Now, to give you an update on Eric Ten Hag. Now, Eric Ten Hag was asked about the Manchester United rumors in his press conference. I think this is a pre-match press conference, if I'm not quite wrong. But anyway, he was asked about the United rumors in a press conference, and what he did have to say is, I quote, "I am just focused on this season. All energy is being put in the current squad. I don't think about next season. I want to get the maximum out of the current season. We can still win 2 trophies." Now, what I like about this is, Eric Ten Hag, as a manager, when really asked about questions like this, he gives direct answers. And if he does not want anything to happen, like if he wants to deny it, he directly denies it and says that no, I will not be moving here. No, I'm not interested in this right now. My focus is on AX or blah blah blah. And the fact that he has not been denying this directly is a bit of a positive and shows that yes, he is willing to get to Manchester United. I think the easiest option would be Eric Ten Hag right now for us as well. I really don't think Tuchel would be an option because I think it would be the end of the season where he would be available for us, which I think is too late because if you are a competent club, we've got to decide on a manager, a permanent manager before the end of the season. As soon as the season ends, Randy, you're the consultant now. We get in Eric Ten Hag as start of the preseason right away. And we do know that United are a competent incompetent club, so we really don't know what would happen. But what I really do like with what Ten Hag says here is the fact that he doesn't directly deny the fact that he is not going to be he does not want to be at United. So Ten Hag wants to be at United. The question is, does United want Ten Hag? I think it would be a easy. Ajax would definitely. In fact, allow United to have talks with Erik Ten Hag as well, and I think the buy clause would be quite cheap as well. And this is from a reliable source as well. And if you are on Twitter, you probably know this source. It is from AFC the European lad. He says, "I think he will leave if Manchester United become very serious." Like I told you, Erik Ten Hag really would love the option of coming to United because he really wants to move on to a bigger club, and United would be the perfect opportunity for him. The question is, would United be serious and go for Erik Ten Hag? Apart from that, a live update to you on Fabrizio Romano as well. He says we are entering into the final moment for the managerial choice of Manchester United Football Club as well. And now the fact that Fabrizio Romano is actually saying this confirms to you the fact, gives you at least 75% confirmation that United won't go for Tuchel because the situation with Tuchel would take much longer than this. And I think it would be a longer process than usual considering the fact that Abramovich is sanctioned. I think it would take a longer process to get their new owners and settle on things as well. And that is why I don't think United would go for Thomas Tuchel, which is, I think, just a rumor to, that PR spin just to take the attention away from the United fans. And I really do think the two, the options for United are the two main candidates, which I think is Erik Ten Hag and the other name who I don't want at United. And considering tonight's show, that is pretty much it. Not the pre-match press conference, unfortunately. Definitely don't want to see United play at a time like this. I think the international break did come out at a very good time for us United fans, where we are frustrated right now. We really needed a break from United, and the international break has come out at the right time. So yes, a bit of a new show for you. My opinion on the Glazers as well, why I want them out, why the fans should be protesting every now and then and getting these people out, because it's like I told you, it's not the Gary Neville's, it's not the Rio Ferdinands, the Paul Scholes, or anyone else who can get the Glazers out of this club. It is the fans who can get the Glazers out of this club, and we do know that the root cause of all problems is the Glazers, and if we are to get this club back alive, we have to get these owners out. I've given you my opinion on that as well. Do share your opinion on this on the live chat if you are watching it live, on the comment section if you are not watching it live. And the other updates, such as Alejandro Garnacho getting his first senior national call-up, future situation as well. Will he come to United? I've given you my opinion on that. In fact, Christopher Nkunku's links to United, Ronaldo leaving at the end of the season if you don't get UCL, Pogba's situation at United as well. What happened to him in the recent past? Sancho not being called up to England, and Erik Ten Hag is Erik Ten Hag's situation and his links to United is what we did cover up for tonight's show. That's pretty much it from tonight's show. See you again tomorrow, in fact, on Sunday at 10 p.m. for the next show, which will most probably be once again another Manchester United Football Club news show, another show of news for you guys as well. It will be interesting to see what happens during this weekend, since there is an international break and you would only see United play once again in 17 to 18 days. And yes, definitely you can predict a lot of leaks coming out as well. So it will be interesting to see what comes out considering Manchester United. So I'll update you on that as well on Sunday. So do tune in for that show on Sunday at 10 p.m. It won't be a match reaction or, in fact, player rating, since there are no matches. Since United won't be playing, do follow, and if you want, you do give us a subscribe, smash a like on the video, share this video around as well, and do follow us on our socials for your latest Manchester United news throughout the week 24/7. That's pretty much it, folks, and until I see you on Sunday at 10 p.m. for the next show, have a good night and a blessed weekend. This is United Forum.